Richard Petty, STP number 43, Petty Blue and Day-Glo Red. Richard Petty's ride wasn't just a car, it was a national icon. In the early 1970s, Petty struck a deal with STP that birthed the Petty Blue and Day-Glo Red paint scheme, after a legendary last-minute compromise over the car's color. This vibrant blue and red number 43 became the longest-running, most famous livery in NASCAR history. Petty wheeled it to 4 Cup championships and 4 Daytona 500 victories under STP's banner, and the partnership with STP spanned decades. Fans could spot Petty's car a mile away. That combo of powder blue and neon red was unmistakable. The scheme's legacy is so enduring that modern teams still run throwbacks honoring it, reminding everyone that Petty's number 43 STP car is truly NASCAR royalty. Dale Earnhardt, GM Goodwrench number 3, the Intimidator's black Chevy. Dale Earnhardt's black Goodwrench number 3 Chevy was as intimidating as the man himself. In 1988, Earnhardt swapped his blue and yellow scheme for a sleek black paint job, and NASCAR folklore was born. With its aggressive black hood, silver lettering, and red accents, the car looked ominous on the track, earning Earnhardt the moniker, the Man in Black. He ran this basic design for the rest of his career, capturing 67 of his 76 Cup wins and 6 of his 7 championships in the process. Fans held up 3 fingers on lap 3 to salute the sight of that black number 3 roaring by. The scheme was so iconic that the black and red number 3 remains one of the most famous symbols in motorsports, forever linked to the Intimidator and his fearless, hard-charging style. Jeff Gordon, DuPont number 24, Rainbow Warriors. Jeff Gordon's DuPont number 24 Rainbow Chevy brought a burst of color to NASCAR in the 1990s. The car's bold palette, bright blue base with vibrant red, orange, green, and yellow arcs, stood out amid a sea of gray and black cars. Designed by Sam Bass to showcase DuPont's rainbow of colors, the scheme almost didn't happen, but once approved, it became one of the most iconic and recognized paint schemes in NASCAR history. Young fans especially were drawn to the flashy look, nicknaming Gordon's crew the Rainbow Warriors. Gordon rewarded the eye-catching design with performance. He won 3 of his 4 championships, 1995, 97, and 98, in the rainbow colors and scored dozens of wins. The scheme's popularity was so enduring that when Gordon brought it back for a one-off in 2015, #Rainbow24 trended nationwide as fans celebrated the return of the beloved colors. To this day, you can't think of Jeff Gordon without picturing that dazzling rainbow number 24 streaking to victory lane. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Budweiser number 8, Big Red Machine. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Budweiser number 8 was more than a paint scheme. It was the emblem of a new era and an entire fan nation. Debuting in 2000, the car's crimson red body with bold white number 8 became instantly recognizable as Jr. carried on his father's legacy in his own style. During the first half of the 2000s, this Budweiser Chevy was a constant upfront, as Earnhardt Jr. notched 17 Cup Series wins in the number 8, including an emotional triumph in the 2004 Daytona 500. Fans in the thousands wore red number 8 gear and cheered the big red cars every lap, a paint scheme so popular it topped merchandise sales for years. Beyond the stats, this scheme's legacy was cemented in July 2001, when Jr. took a special All-Star Game-themed version of the Bud number 8 to victory lane in the first race at Daytona, after his father's passing. That cathartic win and the car's roaring popularity made the red Bud number 8 a symbol of pride, resilience, and NASCAR's new favorite son. It remains, as NASCAR officially declared, one of the most recognizable paint schemes in racing history. Jimmie Johnson, Lowe's number 48, 7-time champions ride. There was nothing especially flashy about Jimmie Johnson's Lowe's number 48 scheme, a navy blue base, slanted neon yellow numbering, and Lowe's logos, but its legacy is unmatched. Johnson piloted the Lowe's Chevrolet from his 2002 rookie season all the way to 2018, in one of the longest driver-sponsor partnerships ever. In that time, this straightforward blue number 48 became a symbol of excellence. Johnson steered it to 83 Cup wins and a record-tying 7 championships, 2006 to 2010, 2013, and 16. The consistency of the paint scheme, only tweaked slightly year to year, meant fans always knew the blue and silver number 48 on track, and it usually meant trouble for the competition. Dubbed 7-time, Johnson's dominance in the Lowe's car rivals Petty and Earnhardt in the history books. The Lowe's scheme was even on the car for 5 consecutive title runs, an unprecedented streak. While it may not have been as colorful as others, The Lowe's number 48 became legendary through sheer success, proof that in NASCAR, a paint scheme can become iconic simply by finding victory lane over and over. Darrell Waltrip, Tide number 17, the Tide Ride. In the late 80s, Darrell Waltrip's Day-Glo orange and white Tide number 17 became one of NASCAR's most visible cars. This Tide Ride, fielded by Hendrick Motorsports from 1987 to 1990, was impossible to miss, with its bright orange base emblazoned with the Tide detergent logo, a sponsor choice as bold as the color itself. Waltrip, already a three-time champion, had plenty of wins in other cars, but fans associate him strongly with the Tide scheme, partly thanks to Waltrip's dramatic victory in the 1989 Daytona 500. In his 17th attempt, DW finally won the Great American Race driving the Tide Chevy, famously doing his icky shuffle in victory lane. That emotional triumph and the car's high-voltage colors cemented the Tide number 17 as an icon. It even crossed into pop culture. The Tide scheme and similar orange liveries were featured in movies and remain a staple of throwback weekends. NASCAR lore recalls Waltrip's Tide car as one of the sport's most recognizable race cars of its era. Although Waltrip earned only 9 of his 84 wins in the Tide colors, the orange number 17 left a bright mark on NASCAR history that far outlasted its short run. Bill Elliott, Coors number 9, $1 Million Bill's Red Ford. In the mid-1980s, Bill Elliott's red number 9 Coors Ford Thunderbird was a bona fide sensation. Elliott, dubbed Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, sported a bold bright red car with gold Coors lettering that became synonymous with speed. In 1985, Elliott made NASCAR history in this scheme, winning the Winston Million bonus by capturing 3 of the sport's 4 crown jewel races: Daytona 500, Talladega 500, and Southern 500. He dominated that season with 11 superspeedway wins and 11 poles, a modern-era record, earning the nickname Million Dollar Bill. The Coors number 9 was seemingly untouchable on the big tracks, shattering speed records. Elliott's Coors machine set an unreal 212.8 miles per hour qualifying lap at Talladega in '87. Elliott went on to win the 1988 Cup Championship in the Coors car, solidifying the scheme's legend. Fans loved the simplicity and striking color of the livery, and Elliott's Georgia roots and humble persona made the red number 9 a sentimental favorite. To this day, sights and sounds of that Coors Ford flying by at full song instantly evoke memories of Elliott's magical run as NASCAR's fastest man. Rusty Wallace, Miller, Genuine Draft number 2, Black and Gold Midnight. Few cars looked as cool or won as often in the early 90s as Rusty Wallace's Black and Gold Miller Genuine Draft number 2, nicknamed Midnight for its dark paint. Rusty's Penske-owned Pontiac, later Ford, carried the classic Miller Genuine Draft branding with gold swoops on a black body. Wallace made this car an absolute winner. In 1993 alone, he wheeled the MGD number 2 to 10 victories, an almost unheard-of win total that year. Across his tenure in the black number 2, Rusty scored 37 Cup wins and the 1989 championship with a similar Miller scheme. The look was understated but elegant, black base, minimal graphics, earning praise for proving that sometimes less is more in design. Fans took to calling it one of the most beautiful cars on the grid, and its success certainly helped. Wallace's hot streak in '93 had the Miller Genuine Draft car leading laps in bunches and visiting victory lane routinely. The black number 2 also ushered in the Miller era at Team Penske that continued for decades. Whether parked in victory lane or on a poster in a fan's bedroom, Rusty's Miller Genuine Draft car remains a 90s NASCAR icon, symbolizing dominance with a touch of class. Kyle Petty, Mello Yello number 42, Days of Thunder car. When Hollywood met NASCAR, it produced the Mello Yello number 42, a paint scheme so iconic it lived on long after the credits rolled. Kyle Petty drove this black Pontiac with neon green and yellow Mello Yello branding from 1991 through 1994, but its fame began with the 1990 film Days of Thunder. In the movie, a fictional car with the same Mello Yello livery raced into pop culture, and Petty then brought that exact look to the real NASCAR tracks. The result was instant recognizability, a sleek black car with electric yellow and green striping that absolutely popped under the sun. Petty did the scheme justice on track, taking the Mello Yello colors to victory lane 5 times in Cup competition. Fans loved the tie-in with the movie and the fresh energy the brand brought, a direct challenge to rival Mountain Dew. The Mello Yello number 42 also helped define early 90s NASCAR style, edgy, youthful, and ready for prime time. Decades later, throwback weekends frequently feature tributes to Petty's neon-adorned ride, proving that this scheme broke the mold and remains one of the most recognizable of the early 1990s. Kyle Busch, M&M's number 18, candy-colored champion. For a paint scheme that delighted kids and delivered championships, look no further than Kyle Busch's M&M's number 18 Toyota. This car was a rolling candy store, bright yellow base coated with the smiling M&M's candy characters in red, green, blue, etc. And it became the signature ride of Busch's career. The M&M's brand had been in NASCAR since the 1990s, but with Busch piloting the number 18 from 2008 to 2022, it reached new heights. Busch drove the M&M's car to 2 Cup Series championships, 2015 and 2019, and over 50 race wins, making the colorful Candy Mobile a fixture at the front. The scheme itself was ever-changing. Different flavors and characters would swap in, yet always instantly identifiable, a fan favorite that added fun to the field. In fact, when M&M's celebrated its 80th anniversary with a special throwback scheme, they highlighted that Busch's titles were part of the brand's storied history. The bright yellow number 18 was so beloved that every time Busch ran a new M&M's design, fans clamored for die-casts, eager to collect the latest candy car creation. As loud and colorful as Busch's personality, the M&M's paint scheme brought an unbeatable mix of whimsy and winning to NASCAR, truly an iconic modern-era livery that ended its run on top. Which of these paint schemes were your favorite? Let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, do subscribe to the NASCAR Explainer, where we bring out the best of NASCAR every other day.